Good afternoon. We're in recess down here at the federal courthouse. We have had an eventful morning with around 60 jurors, potential new jurors that they brought in today for questions. We will give a few minutes here, let some people join us, and try to go over the morning situation that we had here. They brought in about 60 jurors. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Wendy Smith. Brenda and Sherry. We are at Mary. We're at our lunch break here for 1 hour. We had about 60 jurors that they brought in that they was asking questions. We're almost done with this section, so another hour we should be done, and we may have a jury seated yet today. We're not 100%. It depends on some arguments that we have here after lunch, whether or not we can get through a few small details that the prosecution and the defense team is arguing about. We had Gregory Brerson, the defendant that's blind. He has some medical issues. They had a medical situation today in the courtroom that the marshals supposedly did not give him his medicine. They're claiming they gave him the medicine this morning, but he says he did not get his medicine, so he was pretty sick throughout the first part of the morning. They actually cleared the courtroom for a while, why the marshals took care of him and tried to get him better, and it took them a couple hours before they actually got his medicine up to him. This brother, this gentleman, should not be in custody. He is extremely sick. He's supposed to be on dialysis, I understand, and other medical issues, but he was pretty sick throughout the morning here. His head was in his hands, but they finally did give him his medicine about a half hour ago. So we're hoping he starts feeling better for the rest of the half of the day. This is a very stressful situation for these guys, and especially if you're sick already. I can't imagine having to sit in court for hours and hours and be transported in a prison van in shackles and handcuffs to face this trial, as sick as he is, and being in the situation. But I just thought everybody should know about that. That was something that was of importance. Todd Engel is representing himself. He started out talking to the jurors. He says, I'm not nervous. I'm literally terrified. He said, they tell me that it's a bad decision to represent myself. But he says, I feel like that's my only chance that I have. He represents himself very well. The prosecution tries to shut him down. They object to almost all of his line of questioning. The judge went really lenient on him today, and I was thankful for that. As the prosecution was objecting to things, the judge says, I will allow this, I will allow it. So he brought out some very good points. There is a lady that is very biased. Her whole family is either military or police, and she has already stated that she doesn't like guns. She doesn't like a lot of the rights that the people have. But the prosecution is determined to have this juror on this case, and they have not reclused her or removed her at this point. So that's one of our biggest arguments that's going to happen right after lunch here, is to decide if this is one of the jurors that's going to be allowed. She shouldn't be allowed. She's definitely biased. The questions that they asked her were obviously that she could not become not biased against the defense team. She believes that if you break the law, you should go to jail, and she's doesn't have discretion on whether they did wrong in breaking a bad law. And that's what Todd Engel brought up. He said there was a lot of bad laws that the government has has passed, such as prohibition for the alcohol and locking people up for that and then change their mind later. Not allowing women to vote, not allowing blacks to vote. All these things in the past, we have learned from these mistakes and changed these bad laws. We're in that time of day again where there's a lot of bad laws that need to be looked at. And one is our Constitution is totally being violated. In this court it's being violated, in Oregon it's being violated, and we're seeing this across the country, that it's being totally ignored. I'll step a moment back over to Portland. I just got off the phone over there with Kelly Stewart. She was explaining that all 4 defendants now are in Portland. They had a status hearing today. They will remain in Portland now until the trial starts next week on the 14th. The hearing went very good over there today. The guys are prepared. Daryl Thorne's there, Jake Ryan, Jason Patrick, and Dwayne Emmer. They're all over there. They're all prepared. They're getting their housing set up and places to stay. So it's going to be a long 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks over there for them guys. And so keep them in your prayers. But the one point over there that the judge ruled in favor of Dwayne Emmer is that the prosecution or the government admitted wrong in how they treated Dwayne when they arrested him. And so we're glad that's going to get brought out, because they abused Dwayne's rights. They stripped him, and the way they questioned him and did that got brought out today, and they admitted that was that they had done wrong there in how they treated Dwayne and during his arrest.
He was arrested on the 26th, and the warrant was dated the 27th.
Yes, he was arrested on the 26th. The warrant was dated the 27th. They made him walk quite a ways without any clothes on in cold temperatures. Just the way they treated him was just totally inhumane. So this is another thing we've been fighting on to get brought out, and that got brought out today, so we're thankful. There's something big here, and we haven't totally checked out this information, but it came from a reliable source, and we hope to have more information on this. But Dan P. Love has been how do you put this?
Has been released from BLM services.
He has been released from the BLM services for mental reasons. So this is a big deal here. This is another thing that we are really praying that is totally true, because this could totally dismiss this case. He is the government's star witness, and he's had disciplinary actions against him for quite a while for misconduct. So this is awesome news, and this case could get potentially dismissed or totally thrown out because of something like this. So we are praying for this big miracle that this is true. We've got 2 more defense lawyers here that right after lunch is going to finish up questioning the potential jurors, and then we will go into the final stages of jury selection. If this finishes up the day like we really think, tomorrow we will have opening arguments. So this trial is moving right along, and it's moving at a good speed, and we've got some great defense lawyers. I'm pretty impressed with them. Eric Parker's lawyer is really aggressive. He's a good guy. And Stephen Stewart's lawyer is he's very personal to the people and to the jurors. Everybody seems to like him. So we have some great lawyers here that are fighting hard for these guys, and it's awesome to get to be a part of that and see it. That's about all I have for right now that I can think about. So I'll turn the camera around and we'll show you some of the supporters out here. We've got quite a few out here today, and let you see that before we sign off and go to lunch. If anybody has any questions, answer some, and we'll try to answer a few the next few minutes.
Where's your orange hat?
Where's his orange hat?
Today we've even got some fake horses out here. Since we couldn't bring no real horses, we've got the cowgirls out here.
I got the stuffed one.
Shirt, 2 shirts, 3 shirts.
Here we go.
There we go.
Skip, where's pizza?
Idiot!
What's your sign say? Exposing corruption should not be a federal offense.
That's right.
Another great sign there.
Wow, a bunch of tornadoes in southern Louisiana.
Really?
We got Skipper down here again.
I heard coming in that Jeff Sessions got confirmed.
Did he?
That's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Got another brother here, Ted. He's from Minnesota. He just flew in last night. I picked him up from the airport. Hey, say hi there, Ted.
Hey, shout out to
Everybody at home. Everybody at home in Minnesota.
Thanks, John. I was going to ask you to give a shout out.
Everybody in Minnesota, say hi.
Joel, how you guys? Kevin.
You got to spend a little bit of time in court, didn't you?
Yep. I
Yep.
was up there this morning. I updated the guys on the page. Just
Oh, great.
jury selection. I think I put more like prosecution looking for people they can bamboozle into doing their bidding is what it appeared to me. So, but I came back outside where all the action was. I was going to fall asleep up there, and I think
They were really staring at his shirt. The prosecution didn't like it, neither did the marshals. But they just stared at it and didn't say nothing.
I was worried that if someone was on the jury and read it, would get a negative connotation about it and could be detrimental to them. So I kind of turned around and just kept it hidden. I was talking to you about that.
Well,
Don't
thanks
wanna
for
scare
coming.
anybody.
We
Right
appreciate
on.
you coming, brother.
I'm camera shy now.
Okay. Would you like to say anything about Eric, your husband?
Eric looks good today. It's really nice to see him. He got a military haircut, which is the first time he's ever had that, and he looks really great with it.
He did
All
look
the
good.
Guys are looking fantastic today. We're hoping, they started out court today with talking about the fact that he was not classified yet. And they said that they had some issue, which I'm not sure what that issue might be, but all the other guys got classified and they all got moved into pods, separate pods, not in together. So it does seem like Henderson is retaliating against them or the marshals, not really sure, but they don't really seem to be happily dealing with them. I was told that he will be classified today and moved, so I'm hoping that he gets moved in with somebody else because, it really does make a difference when you're in there with someone that you know, especially in these type of situations. All the letter writers out there, you don't need to have a number to send mail to any of the inmates at Henderson. Just their name and the Henderson address, which I don't have on me right now, but I will get out later. That can really help. And that's all I got.
Well, thanks a lot.
Everyone for coming down and people who traveled really far.
Thanks a lot. So we're going to have Laz say a few things here. Put him on the spot here real quick.
Well, the only thing I want to say, and I'm going to dedicate this to corrupt Anna J. Brown and corrupt Gloria Navarro. This is a Declaration of Independence, and you took an oath to defend the United States Constitution. And I'm going to read it to you so you can refresh your oath of office. When the course of human events had become necessary for people to dissolve political bands which have been connected with another, and assuming among the powers of the earth separated and equal stations in which the laws of nature and the nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinion of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impelled them to separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, and that all men are created equal, and they are empowered by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, this is what you're depriving our patriots inside those courtrooms. And it's time to bring these constitutions into these courtrooms and educate the jury, the jurors, about the Constitution, about the Declaration of Independence, and about the Bill of Rights. You know, we know you were appointed by corrupt presidents like Barack Hussein Obama and Bill Clinton. And we need a congressional hearing on this immediately for the crimes that they have committed, in which I will establish tomorrow with Shauna Cox beside me. All the evidence will be laid out on a chronological order by dates, as I promised. I am hoping that tomorrow we have all this ready, and that Shauna Cox will be beside me, and we're going to expose these criminal activities all the way from Harry Reid to Rory Reid to Neil Krohn to Daniel P. Love and to Gloria Navarro. Basically, all the pawns, all the war chests that they needed to do to try to steal the lands from the Bundys and from Wayne Hague or the Hague family. So we will provide those in details, and hopefully tomorrow, mid-afternoon, with the blessing of John Lamb and God, that we can circulate this information as far and wide as possible. I want to say as far and wide as possible. Tomorrow this will be exposed, and we will read this out in chronological orders. So thank you for your time, and God bless everyone, and God bless America.
Thank you there, Laz. So we've got some great people down here supporting this great cause, supporting these guys, these 6 defendants up here. We're going to make sure they get a fair trial, and let's pray that it hopefully just gets dismissed and thrown out, because we know that the charges are false against these guys. So after the court tonight, I don't know if we'll get out early or late, but we will have you another update. It'll probably be at least 3:30 to 5 o'clock, but we'll have you another update and tell you what's going on. Thanks a lot for everybody for joining, and God bless.